Kayaknya paling aman pakai device deh, Mbak. Pakai device yang
bisa
paling
kok, Mbak.
aman.
Kalau enggak, yang record.
Begin. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 6th sharing session of Indonesian ESP teachers community within our topic today, exploring simple ideas for researchers. Well, I hope that everybody is happy and healthy, and it is a great chance for us to be here in this sharing session today. Well, first of all, I'd like to greet the Honorable Chief of Indonesian ESP Teachers Community, Ms. Lulu Iswati, Magister Maniora, Ms. Lulu, and then of course our distinguished speakers, Mr. Yustinus Calvin Gai Mali, Ph.D. from Universitas Kristen Satyawacana. Good morning, sir. And then our moderator today, Ms. Nafisatu Lutfi, Master of Arts from Universitas Teknologi Digital Indonesia, and all dear participants. And I am Setia Putri from Universitas Aisyah Yogyakarta will be your host today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this sixth sharing session is held to answer our challenge for us, the researchers, to find out ideas in writing our researches. Sometimes we find out that writing is something that burdensome so much, then this is very difficult to start, and we don't know how to start and what we need to do. And this sharing session is the answer of the challenge anyway. Okay, dear participants, please allow me to read our agenda today. First is the opening, and then second, singing Indonesian national anthem Indonesia Raya, and then welcome speech, and the next is photo session, and then the fifth is sharing session, and the next will be question and answer, and photo session, and closing ceremony. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the opening session. Let's open our sharing session today by reciting Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, and then our agenda, our agenda is welcome speech by the Chief Indonesian Indonesian ESP teacher community. Well, for Miss Lulu, the floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Good morning, Mas Calvin and my fellow teachers at the ESP community. Welcome to this forum. It's a blessed to have you all here today, wherever you are. I hope everybody is doing great today. Let's thank God for allowing us to gather virtually again in the end of this year to learn together through this sharing session. On this occasion, we have a special invited guest, Mas Calvin from Satyawacana University, who will share his strategies or tips in exploring simple ideas for conducting research. We know that research is a routine for us, yet sometimes we find it difficult to choose what topic to explore, how to get ideas, what topic is suitable for our targeted journal that is still within our research interest and capacity. That's why Mas Calvin is here to share his experience with us. Bapak Ibu, for your information, we are planning to open the next batch of member official registration here. So if you are interested in becoming our official member, please wait for next year, because right now we are still in the process of our legalization. And once we are legal, and the paper is issued, we will announce it through our WhatsApp group. And the next information is about next month's agenda. In January, we will have some presenters from our community to share their experience in winning various kinds of scholarships for PhD degrees. So if in the near future, you are planning to pursue your further study in PhD, don't miss the next event in January. Okay, Bapak Ibu, I think that's all. Let's make this session fruitful for us. And let's take this opportunity to enrich our insight and understanding. I hope you will find this session beneficial. That's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Ms. Lulu Iswati, as the Chief of Indonesian ESP Teachers Community. And then our next agenda is singing Indonesian National Anthem, Indonesia Raya.
Mbak Setia, your microphone.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, now we have come to our main agenda. I'm sorry, this is actually a common technical problem in online meeting, right? Okay, so the sixth sharing session and this all presentation and discussion will be moderated by our respectful moderator, Ms. Nafisatul Lutfi, Master of Arts. Well, let's welcome our moderator, Ms. Nafi. The time is yours.
Thank you very much, Ms. Satya. Hello, everyone. I hope they are still in full spirit, although it's still Saturday. Yeah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May health and safety be upon us all. It's a pleasure to meet you all in this 6 ESP sharing session with the topic exploring simple ideas for research. In this very occasion, I, Nafisatul Lutfi from UTDI, Universitas Teknologi Digital Indonesia, will be your moderator for today. And in this occasion also, we are very honored to have Mr. Yustinus Calvin Gai Mali, Ph.D. from Universitas Kristen Satya Wacana, who will share his insight and abundant experience in ESP research. And we all know that for us lecturers, it's very difficult to start the research. When you listen to the word research, it's become a monster for us because we will be reminded of our application for one research per semester, right? Remember Bikade, yeah, and everything. Now, we do hope that Mr. Calvin in here will give us insight and also ideas to start our research. That research is not difficult. It can be in a simple ways. Before we start the session, Mr. Calvin, are you here?
Yes, check. Can you hear me okay? Yes, okay.
Yeah, it's fine. So you're still young, so we will call you Mas Calvin instead. Is it okay?
Yeah, just call me Calvin as well. It's fine. So.
Okay, okay. So before we start the session, I would like to give a quick information from Mas Calvin here. Despite his young age, he is very experienced in research. So Mr. Yustinus Calvin Gai Mali is a lecturer and researcher at the English Language Education Master Study Program in Satya Wacana Christian University, Salatiga. In 2018, he received a Fulbright Dictee Scholarship to continue his doctoral studies at Washington State University, Pullman, USA. He earned his Ph.D. in the field of language education, literacy, and technology. And Mas Calvin here has written many scientific articles that have been published in national and international academic journals, which can be accessed on his Google Scholar or academia.edu account. So I have searched for your name, Mr. Calvin, through Google, and I can see that you have more than 20 researches already, and that is very amazing for a young man like you. So maybe later on, please share your tips and tricks, okay? And of course, especially
Sure,
in
yeah.
international girls. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Calvin, allow me to give a quick information before you start the sessions. The first is for you, dear participants. You can fill out the attendance list that will be given later by the committee in the chat box, and the link for ESP WhatsApp group will also be available in the chat box. Please continuously check the chat box. And the second, if you have any questions for Mr. Calvin, please write down on the questions on the chat box also with the format name, institution, and questions. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that I'm sure that you are you have been waiting for the session for Mr. Calvin. So not to waste our time, let us give the big round of applause for Mr. Calvin virtually. Mr. Calvin, the time is yours.
Yay,
You
okay.
have 30 minutes.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Bu Nafi. So I have 30 minutes, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 30 minutes,
right? Okay.
for your presentation, and then we go to Q&A session after that. Take your time, Mr. Calvin.
Yeah, okay. So, all right, let me share my screen with Papa. Okay. Alright, so selamat pagi Ibu Bapak. Terima kasih tadi Bu Nafi yang sudah memperkenalkan ya. Thank you very much Bu Nafi for the warm introduction. And also, yeah, good morning everybody. So happy to have you here in this morning and really appreciate that you spend your Saturday morning to attend my session. Thank you so much Ibu Bapak. Terima kasih. And I see some familiar names here. Ada Pak Dwi, I think he joined us from the UK. I don't know what time is it now in the UK, Pak Dwi, but thank you for coming. I see Pak Tri as well from UKDW. If I'm not mistaken, welcome Pak Tri, thank you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and first of all, I would like to thank Ibu Nana as well from ITDA Yogyakarta, who actually invited me, communicated with me about this session, and yeah, so happy to be here. Yeah. All right, so this morning I would like to talk about this topik Ibu Bapak, exploring simple ideas for research. And in my presentation today, I would like to discuss 5 main points ya Ibu Bapak ya. Okay. And first, let's talk about stages in the research process. Basically, just to remind everybody about what research looks like. Okay. And secondly, I would like to tell you my practical ways, adat istiadat saya Ibu Bapak, in finding research topics, begitu ya. Okay. And then after that, I would like to share some of my publications. Not all research-based actually, but hopefully they can give you some ideas for your research, especially if you're interested in writing or researching similar topics in the future. Yeah. Okay. And then today I'm interested in showing you Sinta database. Sinta database, if you're familiar with that, in which we can find ESP or language education related journals to publish our article later on. Yeah. And then if time permits, then I would like to share some tips from the experts especially for doing our research. Yeah. Okay. And then at the end, we can have discussions on any points that I have. I will share in this presentation. And if you have questions, write them in the chat box, and then I will try my best to respond to them after my presentation. Okay. All right, Ibu Bapak, talking about the stages in the research process, I'm the fan of Donald Aris book, Ibu Bapak. Jadi ini silakan nanti bisa dieksplor di internet. Saya kira yang terbitan tahun 2010, it's freely available in the internet. Silakan nanti bisa dicari ya Bapak ya. Okay, so I'm the fan of Donald Aris book, Introduction to Research in Education, that tells us, actually this is very important ya Bapak ya, to first select a problem or a question to investigate ya. Okay, and then to complete the investigation or find answers to that question, we need to study the literature ya Ibu Bapak ya. Harus banyak baca artikel, banyak baca buku begitu, so that we can gain better understanding of the problem and see what people have done in relation to that problem ya Ibu Bapak. And then planning and designing our research so that we can answer the question. And then after that, we can start to collect the data, analyze and interpret the data. And hopefully we can report the findings in form of journal article or academic essays, a thesis, if you're now writing a thesis or dissertation. Okay. And then Ibu Bapak, basically this is just to remind everybody about the research process in brief. Then to find the research problem or question, then these are my ways in finding those research topics, Ibu Bapak, or ideas. Okay. Ibu Bapak, for information, I always start from very simple ideas ya Ibu Bapak ya. Sangat simple Ibu Bapak. Kalau Ibu Bapak baca research saya begitu di Google Scholar, ide-idenya sangat sederhana Ibu Bapak. Okay, like for example, I like to do this ya Ibu Bapak ya, classroom reflections ya, like looking back what I did as a teacher ya. Okay, what I did as teacher in my class, then I reflected on that and then I wrote paper about that classroom reflection. Okay, and then I also start from this teaching and learning activities in my classrooms as well, researching my practices, what is going on in my classroom. Okay, and then some I also write about classroom assignments Ibu Bapak for my students and I'll show you some examples later on. And then I also write a paper talking about technology I use in my teaching practices Ibu Bapak Okay. And if you can write something like this Ibu Bapak, think about some these topics, I think this will be very current topics Ibu Bapak especially you are doing it now, right? Okay, so that must be a very current topic if I can tell Ibu Bapak Okay, and the question is this Ibu Bapak. Bu Nafi, just check, can you hear my voice okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's clear.
It's clear, okay. Lalu begini, mungkin Ibu Bapak bertanya Pak Calvin, kalau idenya simple seperti ini, apakah jurnal akademiknya mau menerima Pak ketika nanti diterbitkan Jawabannya Ibu Bapak, mereka mau menerima Ibu Bapak. Mereka mau menerima. Ya ini tentunya ditulis dengan usaha yang terbaik Ibu Bapak Don't just like writing and just submit. No. I mean write with your best effort and then submit it to the journal academic the academic journals Ibu Bapak Okay. Nah Ibu Bapak, after this, I would like to show you some of my publications Ibu Bapak related to these topics. Okay, hopefully you can have some ideas Ibu Bapak some ideas, and also hopefully the publication can inspire you to find or to write similar ideas ya in the future. Dan ini Bapak, ini tidak ada maksud pamer ya Ibu Bapak ya. Tapi semoga sekali lagi bisa memberikan ide sederhana untuk Ibu Bapak ya, penelitian Ibu Bapak. Karena saya sebetulnya suka kalau saya menggunakan contoh saya sendiri ya. Jadi pesannya bisa, if I can write this then and publish this in a journal, then I am more than sure that you can also do similar things ya, Ibu Bapak. Oke, Oke, Ibu Bapak, kita lihat ya Ibu Bapak beberapa contohnya. This is students' attributions on their English speaking enhancement. So I start from this small scale research paper, Ibu Bapak, that I wrote back in the year 2014 when I was still in a master's student actually. This was from my classroom assignment in second language acquisition ya, Ibu Bapak. And at that time, I explored attributions, Ibu Bapak. Attributions, in brief, it's about reasons ya Ibu Bapak ya, why students succeed or fail in their study ya. Jadi alasan mengapa mahasiswa kita bisa berhasil atau gagal dalam proses pembelajaran bahasa mereka, begitu Ibu Bapak. Oke. Jadi saya tanya Ibu Bapak waktu itu, I involve 18 students to participate in my study. I use open-ended questionnaire and semi-structured interview to collect the research data, basically to ask them ya about reasons for their English speaking enhancement ya Ibu Bapak ya. Oke. Idenya simple Ibu Bapak, tapi jurnal ini mau menerima tulisan saya Ibu Bapak ya. So you can think about it, oke? Alasan mengapa mahasiswa kita bisa sekali lagi ya berhasil atau gagal dalam suatu di kelas kita ya dalam proses pembelajaran bahasa Inggris ya. And I think you can relate that to your ESP context later on and we can discuss ya. Okay. And another simple idea Ibu Bapak, this research was conducted in 2016 and at that time simply ya Ibu Bapak ya, I saw that many of my students in my class struggled in writing grammatically correct English sentences ya Ibu Bapak ya. And I was simply interested in exploring factors ya that might help them to write the sentences correctly ya. Kira-kira faktor apa sih yang bisa membantu mereka untuk menulis kalimat bahasa Inggris lebih baik ya in terms of the grammar ya. Saya tanyakan itu ke mahasiswa saya Ibu Bapak ya. Saya tanyakan, saya tulis, lalu saya share idenya ke jurnal ini Ibu Bapak dan diterima begitu ya. Oke. Think about it ya Bapak ya, simple ideas. Oke. Ini Bapak, ini tahun 2017 penelitiannya. Jadi long story short, at that time I had 2 students Ibu Bapak in their 30s begitu, 2 mahasiswa berusia 30 tahun ya. Lalu saya pikir menarik ya, karena ini berbeda begitu, ada 2 orang mahasiswa berusia 30 tahunan di kelas saya. And then I was interested at that time in exploring their experiences ya, in learning English in their 30s ya. Okay, and then just talk to them, and then I share their experiences in this journal. Then it was accepted, and you can also think about or think about similar ideas. Yeah, if for example if you have students with like special characteristics that you can also explore ya. Okay. Nanti kita bisa diskusi ya Bapak ya mengenai hal ini ya Bapak ya. Okay. Just an example. And then this paper was written in 2017 as well, Ibu Bapak. Eval student experiences in learning call through project-based instructions ya Ibu Bapak ya. Idenya simple Ibu Bapak. At that time I was just interested in exploring advantages and disadvantages of project-based learning activities Ibu Bapak done in this class that I thought at that time Ibu Bapak ya, tahun 2017 ya. Kemudian saya juga tertarik untuk melihat ya Ibu Bapak ya, menanyakan mahasiswa saya parts of the course that they like the most and parts of the course that they find challenging ya Ibu Bapak ya. Okay. Datanya sederhana Ibu Bapak. I just collected reflective notes. I asked my students to at that time to write reflection notes. Just share what my student thought about those. But the first point Ibu Bapak ya, the advantages and also parts of the course that they like the most and they find challenging. Okay, and then I interviewed some of the students and I published my article here ya Ibu Bapak. Okay, think about it Ibu Bapak. Okay, Ibu Bapak, ini very recently that I published this teaching reflections Ibu Bapak into Indonesian EFL classrooms. Sekali lagi idenya sederhana Ibu Bapak. Saya hanya menarasikan pengalaman saya menggunakan teknologi Ibu Bapak di dalam 2 kelas ya. And 2 classes. And then I just describe basically my experiences. And then I use students' blog, written assignments, and also online interaction as supporting data for my story ya Ibu Bapak ya. Jadi pengalaman saya menggunakan teknologi, lalu contoh-contohnya saya ambilkan dari beberapa tugas ya Ibu Bapak ya, atau online interactions dari mahasiswa saya seperti itu ya. Okay, so think about it Ibu Bapak, and we can discuss about it of course. Okay, and this also another simple research idea Ibu Bapak that you can also think about. Ini idenya tentang critical friendship ya Ibu Bapak ya, critical friendship. So long story short, I observed my professor at that time and then wrote pedagogical lessons Ibu Bapak that I could learn from him. Okay. And I think this is very doable for everybody here, especially if you're teaching ESP and then you can invite someone that you trust. Ini misalnya Bu Setia mau atau Bu Lulu mau mengobservasi kelasnya Bu Nafi misalnya, and focusing more on the pedagogical lessons the positive lessons that, for example, Bu Lulu can learn from Bu Nafi's class, and then you write down those positive pedagogical lessons that you can learn Bu Lulu, and then you write down that and publish it in journal. Itu sangat mungkin ya Ibu Bapak. And ini contohnya Ibu Bapak, and mungkin nanti Ibu Bapak bisa baca sendiri ya. But this is just an example, Ibu Bapak ya. Okay. And mungkin pertanyaannya begini, Pak Calvin, kalau misalnya nih saya mau nulis paper penelitian, bukan paper penelitian ya, mungkin paper ya, tulisan akademik ini Pak Calvin, tapi saya kok ini masih pengalaman pertama saya begitu untuk menulis artikel akademik begitu, belum yakin Pak Calvin untuk melakukan penelitian begitu. Yeah, so if you're not yet confident in conducting research, then you can start Ibu Bapak by describing an activity that your students did in your class Ibu Bapak, like what I did here. So this called project-based EFL speaking activity ya Ibu Bapak ya. So the English Fun Fair, long story short, is a speaking activity Ibu Bapak that I have here in my speaking class in Satya Wacana Ibu Bapak. Jadi idenya sederhana, saya hanya mendeskripsikan begitu Ibu Bapak. Kegiatannya ngapain sih kalau di English Fun Fair begitu. And then I described and I wrote the activity and I sent to this journal Ibu Bapak, Accents Asia. You can explore yourself, and they're happy to accept my article Ibu Bapak. So just to give you an idea, okay. Another simple idea, Ibu Bapak, writing a lesson plan. Writing a lesson plan. I think English for a specific purpose, I think it's very interesting field, Ibu Bapak. Dan I have not seen many writers or authors write about lesson plan ya Ibu Bapak ya. To teach ESP, integrating technology, especially Ibu Bapak. Okay, and here, for example, I use poster my wall, Ibu Bapak, to practice communication ya in a foreign language classroom. Teknologinya poster my wall, Ibu Bapak, untuk mengajar atau mendukung pembelajaran speaking, Ibu Bapak. Saya hanya tulis lesson plan, Ibu Bapak, dan mereka mau menerima ya. Oke. This is published in Teaching English with Technology. Nanti silakan Ibu Bapak bisa lihat ya. Tidak hanya dari saya Bapak ya, banyak penulis begitu yang menulis lesson plan ya. RPP sederhana begitu ya Bapak ya untuk diterbitkan. Oke. And you can think about it. Oke. And Ibu Bapak ini untuk ide saja juga. Basically you can also write your reflection on a book Ibu Bapak. Okay, so you read a book and then you respond to that book. Basically making connections ya Ibu Bapak ya, connecting your reflections to other texts that you have read, and then your life and also what is going on in the world ya Ibu Bapak ya. Okay, jadi bukan summary ya Ibu Bapak. This is not a summary but like making connections to or writing reflections to a book that you read ya Ibu Bapak ya. Okay. And then I sent the paper to this journal and they were happy to accept my article Ibu Bapak ya. Okay. Nanti kita bisa diskusi Ibu Bapak. Lalu ini describing the potential of the technology Ibu Bapak. If you are using this semester, if you're using certain technology, misalnya menggunakan apa misalnya Padlet atau blog atau apa Edmodo misalnya, atau teknologi sederhana yang Ibu Bapak gunakan dalam kelas ya Ibu Bapak. You can like describe that potential Ibu Bapak, and then you can write the paper and send it to the journal ya Ibu Bapak ya. And they are happy to have that idea published in the journal ya. In my experience, okay? And then we can discuss about it later on, Ibu Bapak, okay? All right, and Ibu Bapak, now let's talk a little bit about where we can publish our research paper, okay? And of course, there are many various answers, Ibu Bapak, but this is my formula, to be honest, that I've been using since 2014, yeah, when I was at that time still a very new like lecture in Satya Wacana ya. Okay. Ibu Bapak, I suggest you personally to think about publishing your article in new journals ya Ibu Bapak ya. Or national journals under Sinta 6 to 5 kategori ya Ibu Bapak ya. Apalagi kalau Ibu Bapak baru pertama kali misalnya ingin menuliskan atau menulis paper akademik lalu mengirimkannya ke jurnal artikel ya Ibu Bapak ya. Ke jurnal akademik begitu ya Ibu Bapak ya. Why? Because the journals under those categories ya Ibu Bapak ya, the neuro journals or Sinta 6 to 5 category, they usually have a higher acceptance rate ya Ibu Bapak ya. So in other words, the journals will likely publish our articles that we send to them ya Ibu Bapak ya. Okay. But gradually when you have published some and get familiar with the process and also kinds of feedback from the journal reviews, of course you may push yourself to publish your articles in national journals under Sinta 4 to 1 categories or try the international journals ya Ibu Bapak ya. First probably yang tidak usah terindeks Scopus dulu deh Ibu Bapak ya. Oke. Lalu nanti kalau misalnya sudah bisa terbit begitu, in international journals, non-Scopus index, then you can also try to or challenge yourself to send your articles in international journals index in Scopus ya Ibu Bapak ya. Okay. And then as you can see here Ibu Bapak, I put some websites where you can find further information about the new journals, national, international journals, and then let me show you this Ibu Bapak. Oke, jadi nanti silakan websitenya, link-linknya bisa dieksplor sendiri ya Ibu Bapak ya. Oke. Bapak ini hanya sekilas info saja dan ini menurut pengamatan saya saja sih Ibu Bapak. Mohon nanti dikoreksi jika salah ya. Sinta 6 to 5, to the best of my observation Ibu Bapak, they have acceptance rate more than 70%. Tentunya ya artikelnya ditulis dengan sebaik-baiknya Ibu Bapak ya. Oke. And Sinta 4 to 3, they have acceptance rate around 70 to 30%. And Sinta 2 and 1, they have the acceptance rate less than 30% sih, Bapak. Nanti kita bisa diskusi ya, Bapak ya. Oke. Dan sedikit tambahan info saja ya, Bapak. These journals recently in Indonesia ya, they ask us for or to pay the publication fee, Ibu Bapak. Ada publication fee sekitar 500.000 sampai 2.500.000 ya Ibu Bapak ya. Ada beberapa jurnal yang masih gratis Ibu Bapak, I really appreciate it, but mostly they ask us to pay around 500 to 2.500.000 rupiah Ibu Bapak ya. Oke. Ini sekilas info saja Ibu Bapak. Oke. Nah Ibu Bapak, Sinta, Pak Calvin tadi you talk about Sinta, what is it about Pak Calvin? Lalu di mana kita bisa melihat jurnal Sintanya begitu ya. Ibu Bapak, long story short, Sinta is like a database Ibu Bapak, database for all journals Ibu Bapak published in Indonesia ya. And you can visit the website there in sinta.kemendikbud.go.id Ibu Bapak. But because of the limitation of the time, I think we can just skip this process ya, Ibu Bapak. You can just like explore the website yourself, okay? But there you can also find, jurnal-jurnal mana begitu Ibu Bapak ya, under Sinta 1, Sinta 2, Sinta 3 category and so on ya. Click the filter button and then you can find the journals under the Sinta category easily ya, okay? And Ibu Bapak, this is just for everybody here, list of journal that you can also try to explore. I have published my articles in this journal, Ibu Bapak, that you can also think about sending your articles in this journals as well. Okay, sekilas info saja Ibu Bapak. Okay, and you can explore yourself. Okay. All right, before I end my session, Ibu Bapak, I just would like to share some tips from the experts that hopefully you can think about it. You can reflect on it, Ibu Bapak. Okay. You can explore the name of Dr. J. Egbert, Ibu Bapak. Jadi waktu itu saya pernah berbincang dengan beliau ya. A big name in the field of technology, educational technology. She has published, I think, many articles in academic journals. Lalu saya bertanya kepada beliau ya, Ibu Bapak ya. Pertanyaannya begini, Joy, bagaimana Anda bisa sangat produktif begitu ya, Joy, dalam menulis, sedangkan kita ini seringkali tidak punya waktu begitu ya, ngos-ngosan begitu kalau diminta untuk menulis ya. Jawabannya simpel ya Ibu Bapak ya. We need to make time to write Ibu Bapak ya. We need to make time to write Ibu Bapak. Sudahkah Ibu Bapak mengalokasikan waktu untuk menulis? Nah itu nanti kita bisa refleksikan sama-sama ya. But there is no like formula except Joy Egbert said to me at that time, make time to write, Calvin. Otherwise you will not write anything. Okay? So make time to write. Think about it Ibu Bapak ya. Okay? Lalu Ibu Bapak, ini saya sedikit share juga ide dari Profesor Jan Reker, Ibu Bapak. Jadi beliau ini adalah Nucleus Professor for Information System and Digital Innovations at the University of Hamburg, Ibu Bapak. Silakan nanti bisa dieksplor namanya ya, Jan Reker ya Ibu Bapak ya. Jadi begini, beliau menggambarkan aktivitas penelitian ya Ibu Bapak ya, sama seperti dengan mengisi kegiatan air dalam ketiga ember utama berikut ya Ibu Bapak ya. Aduh, ini semoga gambar embernya berkenan untuk Ibu Bapak ya. Oke, jadi ember yang pertama adalah planning ya Ibu Bapak ya, atau perencanaan begitu. Ember yang kedua adalah research atau penelitian. Dan ember yang ketiga adalah writing atau penulisan ya Ibu Bapak ya. Nah, jadi begini idenya. Pastikan setiap ember ini Ibu Bapak selalu terisi air ya, atau ide atau kegiatan begitu Ibu Bapak ya. Jadi begini, jangan sampai hanya fokus mengisi satu ember saja nih sampai penuh. Jadi ibaratnya kalau kita hanya mengisi ember planning ya Ibu Bapak ya. Jadi kita hanya fokus merencanakan terus begitu ya Ibu Bapak ya. Jadi mikir terus begitu ya, Bu Nafi ya. Aku mau menulis nih, aku mau penelitian. Jadi planning aja begitu ya. But
No action.
tidak ada aksi lanjutan begitu ya Bapak ya. Lalu sama halnya dengan begini. Jangan sampai kita menulis terus ya Bapak ya. Tetapi lupa untuk misalnya membaca teori ya. Oke, theory development and ya menggunakan teori terkini di dalam tulisan kita ya. Dan kalau demikian saya kira juga hasilnya kurang maksimal ya. Oke. Dan beliau mengatakan begini Bapak, fokus pada satu artikel yang Ibu Bapak sudah hampir jadi ya. For example, if you are now writing an article, aduh kurang kesimpulannya nih Pak Calvin. Ya fokus dulu ke situ ya Ibu Bapak ya. Focus on the article that is close to finish. And get it done sebelum Ibu Bapak mengisi ember planningnya lagi atau teorinya lagi atau researchnya di ember kedua di tengah begitu Ibu Bapak ya. Oke. Dan sekali lagi luangkan waktu untuk menulis ya Ibu Bapak ya. Make time to write. Okay. And then I would like to share you this strategy as well Ibu Bapak that you can also think and reflect on to help you develop your research ya Ibu Bapak ya. And he mentioned about the strategies to expand our portfolio mindfully ya Ibu Bapak ya. Dan saya kira saya juga sangat setuju dengan pendapat beliau ya Ibu Bapak ya. Jadi begini, yang pertama ya Ibu Bapak ya, poin yang pertama adalah begini. Dalami satu teori tertentu dulu Ibu Bapak. Dalami satu teori, lalu eksplorasi beragam area penelitian atau topik dan metode penelitian ya Ibu Bapak ya. Jadi dalami satu topik Ibu Bapak. Lalu yang kedua begini, Ibu Bapak juga bisa begini, dalami satu metode penelitian dan aplikasikan pada beragam teori dan area penelitian ya Ibu Bapak ya. Nanti I'll show you the example, okay? Lalu yang ketiga, dalami satu topik atau area penelitian nih Bapak nih, okay? Lalu nanti bisa gunakan berbagai metode penelitian dan teorinya ya Bapak ya. Oke. Nah, ini contoh saja ya Bapak ya. I'll just show you some examples that we can discuss of course. Oke. Ini sebetulnya yang saya lakukan Ibu Bapak. Saya mendalami satu teori Bapak namanya attribution theory. Ini saya belajarnya di kelasnya Pak Mukarto. Mohon izin Pak Mukarto, share idenya Pak Mukarto. Di kelas saya Bapak waktu saya kuliah pasca. Iya. Ya Pak Mukarto. Jadi saya dalami teorinya Bapak attribution theory. Lalu saya mengerjakan beberapa penelitian tentangnya ya Bapak ya. Oke. Jadi fokusnya attribution theory ini saya dalami begitu ya Bapak. Lalu saya menggunakan metode dan area penelitian yang beragam begitu ya. Oke. Dan nanti kita bisa diskusikan ya Bapak ya. Oke. Lalu yang kedua begini, dalami satu metode penelitian dan aplikasikan pada beragam teori dan area penelitian yang beragam ya. Ini mungkin yang terdekat it's close to my research journey is from this Ibu Bapak Robertian. Kalau kita bisa mendalami misalnya ya aplikasi dari case tadi misalnya studi kasus, kita sangat mendalami aplikasi metode case study-nya, lalu kita bisa. Jadi kita pakai case study nih Bapak, tetapi kita aplikasikan pada topik penelitian yang berbeda ya. And that can be another idea that we can do ya Bapak ya. Okay. And yang ketiga begini, dalami satu topik atau area penelitian, lalu gunakan berbagai metode ya Bapak ya, dan teorinya ya Bapak ya. And I think one figure that I really know very well is Professor Thomas Farrell. I think he has been doing research on one topic, Ibu Bapak, that is about reflective practice, but I see him like using various methods in writing about that reflective practice ya Ibu Bapak ya. Jadi begitu Ibu Bapak. Jadi intinya kita jangan, misalnya gini, penelitian ini kita menggunakan teori apa, lalu penelitian kedua. Jadi teorinya berbeda, metodenya berbeda, itu akan, I don't know. I agree with Professor Jen Record that if we like use too many various ideas, Ibu Bapak, various theories, various topics, various methods in every research that we are doing, then we will find it a little bit difficult to expand or develop our research ya, Ibu Bapak ya. Okay. All right, Ibu Bapak. Actually, that's all the idea that I can share to you this morning. But before I end my session, Ibu Bapak, saya mau bagi-bagi hadiah ya Ibu Bapak ya. Semoga nanti hadiahnya berkenan Ibu Bapak. Okay, for ESP teachers community. Ibu Bapak, ini hadiah untuk Ibu Bapak yang hadir di sesi saya hari ini adalah dua buku, like this is an e-books Ibu Bapak that you can download for free Ibu Bapak. First one is Simple Technology for Language Classrooms, the book that I edited last year. This is about like a collection of simple lesson plans, Ibu Bapak, integrating the technology that you can read for free. Silakan nanti di-download Ibu Bapak. And the second book is Simple Technology to Support Research that we just published this year. You can also read and download. I'm not sure whether you can download the second book for free, but you can read it for free Ibu Bapak in the Google Book ya Ibu Bapak ya. Okay. Ini hadiahnya Ibu Bapak, semoga berkenan ya. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I think that's all from me. If you have questions later on, or if you are interested in some of my research topics, then research ideas or research work, then you can feel free to email me, and then feel free to visit my academia.edu as well to see my research work. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you
Thank you so
much.
much. Thank you so much.
Okay, that's very inspiring topic actually, Mas Calvin. There are lots of questions coming in for us. It's flowing. And then now we have some participants who raise hand first. I'm going to give it to you, whether you want to answer directly from the participant or we're going to answer the chat box first. Which one do you prefer?
Okay, probably we can answer the questions from those who raise their hand so that we can have.
Okay. Okay. For
Yeah.
the participants, for Pak Subandrio, maybe you are raising your hand. You can ask directly to Mas Calvin here about the question. The time is yours, Mr. Subandrio.
Well, thank you so much, Mas Calvin. I'm an old man, so I learned a lot from you. Thank you so much for sharing what the expertise you have. You were telling us about your research in 2014. I'm wondering if we can get the questionnaire. We are new kid on the block and research field, Is it that possible to share with us so we know if we have some framework of how we can ask our students? Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear it clearly, Mas Calvin? I think it's all about the practical and how you can share something.
Oke, iya Pak Subandrio, Subandrio mohon izin Pak Subandrio, selamat pagi. Pak Subandrio, I just share a link about attribution theory that I just write recently, Pak Subandrio. I think it has a questionnaire and some practical ideas, Pak Subandrio, that you can use or you can adapt in your research ya, Pak Subandrio. Ini mohon izin Pak Subandrio, saya share linknya ya. Oke.
Thank you, Mas Calvin.
Ya, terima kasih Pak Subandrio.
Is there anyone who wants to ask questions directly? If not, okay, Miss Yani, are you there? Miss Yani? Miss Yani or Mr. Yani?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's very interesting. So there are lots of them.
I'm sorry, I have to raise my hand. Actually, I have to teach, so I'm afraid that I cannot. I already write in the chat box also, but I'm afraid.
Okay.
Sure.
Mr. Calvin, thank you very much for the sharing. I would like to have, I'm Yani from Yustinus Madani. I would like to have two questions from you. How do you make the research roadmap? Research roadmap. As now, we always have to consider the accreditation from criteria 7 to 8. We have to consider the roadmap. And then the second question is, in my institution, I have to make the action research as a part of our research roadmap in this institution. And then what simple things you recommend for this beside of reflection and description from the many examples of your research is really that's awesome, but I need maybe more example of action research, and it is a simple things of action research. Thank you very much, Mr. Calvin.
Oke, ini pertanyaan bagus sekali nih Bu Yani. A good question is usually difficult to answer. Oke, research roadmap ya. Ibu Bapak nanti silakan bisa menambahkan ya. If you can see my slide Bu Yani, later on nanti bisa di apa ya? Bisa di you can see my slide. Bu Yani ini teknis sekali akreditasi ya, buat research roadmap ya. Tapi gini, saya sarankan begini sih Bu Yani, if you can develop your research, mungkin begini, focusing on one, misalnya in my case ya, focusing on one theory, attribution theory, okay? Atau Bu Yani misalnya topiknya apa ya, interestnya apa, and then you can build the research roadmap based on that. Like your interest, Bu Yani, I think that would be easier for you ya, Bu Yani ya. Jadi probably I'll just share my karena ini teknis sekali ya terkait pembuatan roadmap. Wait for a second.
Maybe adding one more session later, Mas Calvin. Specifically.
Ya, ini saya nggak tahu apakah ini roadmap atau bukan ya. But I think this is not a roadmap that you want actually. But yeah, Bu Yani, this is what I have in mind now about the roadmap, because I think that's very practical about the accreditation ya. Dan itu mungkin nanti Bapak bisa bantu jawab ya untuk pembuatan roadmap ya. But alright, action research ya Ibu Yani ya. Okay, to be honest Ibu Yani, I have not done any research about action research using using the formula of action research, but this semester I'm teaching PPG students, Bapak, and I can suggest a little bit if, for example, in your first paper, Bu Yani, action research, if you can describe the learning problems of your students, for example. Jadi masalahnya apa sih? Mendeskripsikan masalah pembelajaran yang ada di kelas Bu Yani. I think that can be one simple idea, Bu Yani, that you can write and then you can start to publish that in academic journal ya. Oke. Sebelum nanti masuk ke siklus-siklusnya ya, Bu Yani ya. Oke. So think about it, Bu Yani. Thank you.
Okay, Bu Yani, I hope answers your questions. If you don't, if it doesn't, we will share Mas Calvin's number to you later. To maybe she can
actually-
contact you. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure because I'm really interested in many of the topic of Mas Calvin's research. So I think his contact is a big value for me. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, you're welcome, Bu Yani. Now, the next questioner is from Miss Widya Rini. Are you there?
Yes, Ibu.
Miss Widya Rini? Okay, you can ask your question directly to Mas Calvin.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning for all participants and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Widya Rini from University of Nahdlatul Ulama Blitar. I'm very interested with what Mas Calvin talk about dealing with a simple idea for research. Yeah, I agree with actually in my class we have a lot of idea about research based on our practices. Yeah, in my question, actually, I have wrote it in comments. I really interested with critical friendship. Yeah, CF. Yeah, it's a new term for me. But right now, I study about education management. In education management, we have collegial supervision. Is that similar with the collegial supervision? And in Mas Calvin study about critical friendship, how is the cycle in doing critical friendship, or it is just only sharing with there is no a cycle, or it is have a certain cycle in doing critical friendship? And then the second one about reflection, about reflection. Actually, all of us sometimes doing a self-reflection in teaching and learning. And is there any certain instrument, Mas Calvin, to do a self-reflection so that our reflection will be a structural, so that we can write the result of self-reflection? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mas Calvin.
Yeah, thank you. Bu Widyarini, thank you very much for your questions, Bu Widyarini. Bu Widyarini, mungkin I can just like share my share this to everybody so that you can read. For the critical friendship, the detail of the ideas you can read in the article directly, Bu Widyarini. But let me just like share the link to everybody so you can also see.
Okay.
But let me talk about this. Okay. Bu Widyarini, I detail the steps on page 56, Bu Widyarini, that you can read later on. But briefly, Bu Widyarini, the step is started from building trust, Bu Widyarini. Meaning that we need to work with somebody that we trust. Okay. And I spent like around, correct me if I'm wrong, but like more than a year, Bu Widyarini, to build the trust. Okay. And the second one, okay, we at that time we did the peer observation. So at that time I came to my professor class and observed and video recorded his teaching practices, Bu Widyarini. And then basically after that, I prepared PowerPoint slides, Bu Widyarini, put PowerPoint slides, and I put some notes ya, Bu Widyarini, about pedagogical lessons that I could learn from his class, and I put the notes on the PowerPoint slides, and then we discussed we talked about my my notes Bu Widyarini, and then we reflected together about things that we can learn, things that we can improve for our future classrooms
Classroom.
Bu Widyarini, and your next question, whether it is similar to, can you mention again? Is it collegial?
Yeah, collegial. Yeah, collegial supervision.
Supervision. I do not know, Ibu, whether it is the same or not, but as long as your collegial supervision has these principles or this, what is it, stages, I can say that this
Okay,
might
well,
be
maybe
the same.
it is.
But I
Yeah.
see, but in order to answer that, whether it is the same or not, I think I need to see in more details about what you mean by the collegial
Collegial
supervision and
supervision.
but feel free to use this principles to put in your context. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then your second question, Bu Widyarini, about the structure To be honest, I do not have any structure, Bu Widyarini. But what I did at that time, when I wrote that autoethnography paper, I see many examples. I learned this from my from Pak Mukarto, that I need to see examples from journal articles Bu Widyarini published in the journals, and I use those articles as my writing like template Ibu Bapak and Bu Widyarini And the one that I suggest you, Bu Widyarini, is from Bapak Ribut Wahyudi. If you can explore his name in the internet, I think Pak Ribut Wahyudi, Dr. Ribut Wahyudi, he has many articles, Bu Widyarini, writing about self-reflections on his teaching practices that you can read and follow Bu Widyarini in addition to my article that you can follow, and then hopefully it can be your what is it like a structure or guidance in writing your reflection. Semoga menjawab Bu Widyarini. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, I want this is also my project in my research dissertation in what is it? Try to make or create an instrument dealing with self-reflection. Some research dealing with self-reflection give a variety kinds of instruments, so that maybe I need more references in making a what is it, an instrument for self-reflection, actually for teachers.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I think we can discuss about it. We need to talk about it like in more
Later on.
details.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah. Just share Ribut Wahyudi that you can see Okay.
Pak Ribut,
Yeah,
is
terima
it
kasih,
from
Bu.
UIN Malang? Is it right?
Yes.
Oh yes,
Yes.
maybe I can meet him because it's closer with my university. Right now
Oh,
I
yeah,
study
yeah,
at
yeah.
UM.
Okay. So you're doing your doctorate study now, Bu Widyarini.
Yes.
Okay. Wish you all the best, Bu Widyarini. Ya.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay. Sukses studi doktoralnya, Bu Widyarini.
Okay, thank you very much for this sharing session today, so that I also can improve my knowledge and what I have to write in my proposal.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bu Widyarini. If you really, I think Mas Calvin will have lots of messages after this if you share your contact, because some people are very interested. Now, if there is no one who is raising hand, we're going to continue with the questions in the chat box. Some of them have actually asked directly, and we will continue with the ones that haven't. The first from Yuyun Putri from Polkesma. The question is, dear Mr. Calvin, sometimes we have ideas that are simple, but it is often difficult to turn it into a very good article. Would you please help me how to turn simple ideas into valuable ones, particularly in elaborating and debating the ideas? Thank you. Okay, please, Mas Calvin, the time is yours.
Sorry, what's the name again?
It's Yuyun Putri.
Bu Yuyun Putri ya.
Yuyun, yeah, Bu Yuyun, yeah, from Polkesma.
Bu Yuyun mungkin could you please like turn on your microphone and tell us a little bit about kesulitannya apa sih Bu Yuyun misalnya, so that we can have more.
Ya, terima kasih Mas Calvin.
Iya, oke.
I'm your big fan. Sering sekali ikut webinarnya waktu di ITEL Sharing Session.
Terima kasih Bu Yuyun.
Jadi sebenarnya kita itu sering kan punya ide-ide sederhana begitu, misalnya kayak menggunakan TikTok untuk pembelajaran bahasa Inggris di ESP, misalnya untuk meningkatkan kepercayaan diri, atau mungkin pakai learning apps untuk belajar vocabulary di lingkungan ESP. Tetapi kadang itu kita kesulitan ketika bikin introduction, misalnya ketika mengelaborasi, ini sepanjang pengalaman saya pribadi, karena ketika kita submit jurnal begitu, masih ada beberapa review yang berkaitan dengan mengelaborasi ide-ide itu supaya lebih meyakinkan reviewer misalnya, sehingga introduction atau ide kita itu benar-benar misalnya meyakinkan begitu. Seperti itu kurang lebih.
Oke.
Thank you.
Oke. Ini mungkin saya sharing pengalaman saja, Bu Yuyun ya. Ibu Bapak begini, yang pertama begini. Ketika menulis paper penelitian, yang pertama, Bu Yuyun, jangan mulai dari introduction ya. Mulailah dari bagian-bagian yang Ibu Bapak, you are very...
Yang kita bisa gitu ya, yang kita
bisa, yang kita nyaman, Ibu Yuyun dan Ibu Bapak. Kalau mulainya nyaman misalnya, tapi ini tentu saja konteksnya berbeda ya. Kalau misalnya mahasiswa menulis proposal harus bab 1, bab 2, bab 3, that might be different konteks ya. Tetapi saya selalu mulai dari sesuatu yang saya bisa dulu nih. Misalnya begini, kalau pengalaman saya Ibu Bapak, saya selalu mulai dari metodologi dulu Ibu Bapak. Bagaimana saya mengumpulkan datanya, begitu. Bagaimana saya mendeskripsikan misalnya, riset settingnya, begitu. Lalu kalau misalnya saya sudah punya datanya nih, Bu Yuyun dan Ibu Bapak, saya biasanya bergerak dulu ke mana? Ke findings and discussion, begitu. Baru nanti literature review sama introduction-nya biasanya saya terakhir gitu Bu Yuyun. Jadi mengapa harus demikian? Karena gini, kalau kita memulai dari introduction dulu, kadang-kadang we get stuck ya. Lalu kalau kita sudah get stuck, we will say that it's quite difficult for us, it's too difficult to develop this. Lah iya, karena kan stuck nih. Introduction-nya memang susah ya Ibu Bapak ya. Jadi kita mulai dulu saja ke bagian metodologi, dan itu nggak apa-apa Ibu Bapak. In my opinion. Lalu yang kedua begini Bu Yuyun. Ini terkait dengan jawaban saya tadi ya, terkait dengan ide saya that I share in my presentation, that always start from new journals dulu deh Ibu Bapak, atau jurnal di Sinta 5 dan 6. Sometimes gini, again, this is my experience here. This is my best experience, to the best of my experiences. Sometimes if, for example, this is our first time to write and send our article to academic journals, and then we from the beginning, and then we try to send to international journals index in Scopus, and then we receive the feedback from the reviewers, dan kadang-kadang feedbacknya pedes gitu ya Bu Yuyun ya.
Ya.
Pedes, lalu semua bagian dikasih komentar begitu, and then to some people, okay, I can use the feedback and then send to the other journals, to other journals, but mungkin untuk beberapa penulis pemula itu akan apa ya istilahnya membunuh motivasi untuk menulis ya. You know what I mean? So
Yes, I know what you mean. I know very well.
jadi jawabannya begini. Jadi Ibu Bapak sekali lagi saya tegaskan, kok saya lebih senang, saya menyarankan, yuk mulai dari jurnal-jurnal baru saja dulu Ibu Bapak, atau jurnal-jurnal di Sinta 5-6. Coba dulu terbitkan begitu, lalu kalau nanti sudah you gain the confidence and know the rules, the feedback, how you respond to the feedback, then I think you can just like push yourself to send your journal, to send your articles in national journals under Sinta 4, 3, 2, 1, or international journals. Lalu yang ketiga Bu Yuyun, I think this is my experience when I was at that time new lecturer ya. Kadang-kadang saya nggak pede ya Ibu Bapak ya. Ini idenya terlalu sederhana atau tidak? Apakah ini reviewernya menerima atau tidak? Apakah ini mengikuti tren atau tidak? Tulis saja dulu Ibu Bapak. Because doing research is in a way we spread good news ya, like good practices. We share best practices that we have. So pede saja Bu Yuyun. Just ignore the feelings whether this is a good idea, this is a good research topic, whether this is following the trend. Ignore those thoughts for a while. Just try, write, and send to the journal. If, for example, they reject your article, Bu Yuyun, revise, send to another journal. So I think that's the game, I think.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mas Calvin. Sebelum thank you very much, kayaknya metode digunakan Mas Calvin saya terapin setiap kali saya mencoba nulis artikel. Saya selalu mulai juga dari metode yang paling mudah, kemudian habis itu baru ke finding, conclusion, introduction paling akhir. Karena memang membutuhkan inspirasi yang luar biasa. Terima kasih banyak atas sharingnya. Terima kasih. Thank you very much.
Bu Yuyun, semangat menulis ya. Nanti ditunggu publikasinya.
Siap, terima kasih.
Okay, well, we will go to the next question. Our moderator unfortunately disappears, maybe due to internet connection problem. And then we will have the next question from Ibu Mariana Ulfa from Polynema. When we first identify or find an idea of research, perhaps in the classroom, what should we do first before making it into research or article? Jadi stepnya gimana ini Mas? Sebelum jadi research atau artikel, kemudian ngapain dulu atau mau mengumpulkan data dulu atau bagaimana?
Okay. Number one, you need to ask yourself ya, Ibu Bapak, whether that is something that you are interested in exploring further ya. Jadi kadang-kadang kalau kita tidak interest, itu nanti di tengah jalan saya takutnya Ibu Bapak tidak menyelesaikan penelitiannya dengan baik ya. So once again, number one, I think make sure that that issue is something that you are very interested in and exploring further in your research ya. And my second tip, Ibu Bapak, if you know that you want to write something about, for example, screencast-o-matic ya, Ibu Bapak ya, atau mungkin penelitian tadi tentang apa? Tentang English writing grammatically correct English sentences. My practices is this: I find or I explore or search an article, Bu Setia dan Ibu Bapak, that I think can be my writing template ya, Bu Setia dan Ibu Bapak ya. Oke. Jadi saya selalu begitu, saya selalu mencari artikel, membaca banyak artikel yang sekiranya bisa menjadi template untuk penulisan saya ya. Like how I organize the introduction, the method, the findings. Okay. And I think it is better as well if, for example, you already know in which journal you plan to publish your article, and then you can find or download 1 or 2 articles in those in that targeted journals, and then you can follow the writing style of that.
Gaya selingkung ya.
Gaya selingkungnya, lalu ide-idenya gimana begitu sudah tahu, lalu oke, saya mau menulis kira-kira seperti ini. Nah, itu saya kira that's a very good idea, Bu Setia ya dan Ibu Bapak. Tapi yang jelas saya selalu membaca artikel Ibu Bapak, banyak artikel yang kira-kira bisa menjadi writing like my writing template ya. Oke.
Well, actually ada satu pertanyaan lagi from Bu Mariana. Jadi sometimes we have an idea to have research, but it's not a trending topic. Then how to deal with it? Apakah penelitian itu harus trending topic, or apakah as long as we write, then nanti seiring berjalannya waktu kita bisa menuju ke trending topic dan yang lain sebagainya begitu, Mas Calvin?
Oke. Ini silakan nanti Ibu Bapak bisa menanggapi ya. Tetapi begini, saya kok selalu berpikir begini. Doing research is, for me ya, we share, right? We share our best practices to the world, yeah. We share our voices to the world, yeah. So I think that's one of the main goals in conducting research, yeah. So that's okay, Bu, in my opinion, yeah. If, for example, your research is not that trending topic, but you want to conduct the research on that, and you think that there is something that you can share to the world about your best practices or good ideas or good messages or positive encouragement for everybody, go with it, Bu. So go with it, Bu. And I can tell that critical friendship is not a trending topic, Ibu Bapak, critical friendship, because it was initiated back by Thomas Farrell in 2001, already a long theory, a long practices, a long practice, but or an old practice. I mean, but I did it because I know that I could share something beneficial for people. So.
Okay. Well, our moderator has returned. Okay, Miss
Sorry for the
Hafiz.
glitch. So I got kicked out actually, so I'm back, and I think
Welcome back.
handle it well. Sorry, Mas Calvin. No, we'll continue with the next question. Okay, from
Miss
Dewanti
Dewanti. Yes.
Miss Dewanti Ratna Pertiwi from ITDA Adi Sucipto. The question is about how do we measure and convince our research novelty? How do we know that our research is novel or not? Maybe you can help with that, Mr. Calvin. Bagaimana mengukur novelty dari riset kita? Now, where is Mas Calvin? Okay.
Iya, oke. Bu Dewanti, saya kira itu biarkan reviewer yang menilai ya. You know what I mean? Because I believe that we stand on the shoulders of the giant. Yeah, there is something. It is quite difficult to do something that is really new ya, Bu Dewanti, Ratna ya. Of course, in the literature review part, we can say that, hey, this has not been done by many studies, but no, that has been done by many researchers. So Budiwanti, it's quite difficult for me to answer that, yeah. But I think practically, like just like do our best, Bu Dewanti, and let reviewers decide whether our research is something new or not. That's my answer number one. My answer number two is this: to know that you are doing something new, Bu Dewanti dan Ibu Bapak, silahkan rajin-rajin go to the top journals in your field, Ibu Bapak. Saya nggak tahu kalau ESP top jurnalnya di mana ya. But the one that I can tell is kalau di English Language Teaching itu ada ELT journals, Ibu Bapak, published by the Oxford University. Sebentar, can I? Mungkin itu tidak open ya, there's no aging. Or in our field in English language teaching, we have TESOL EJ journal, Ibu Bapak. Okay, so going back to my answer, go to the top journals in your field, Ibu Bapak, top journals in your field, and see the articles published recently ya, Ibu Bapak ya. Okay? Nah, itu biasanya those are the new topics ya, Bu Dewanti ya, the new issues, the hotly debated issues in our or hotly debated issues that we can think about for our research agendas ya, or Asian ESP journal, yes. Or in Indonesia we have Teflin journal ya, Ibu Bapak, Teflin. I think that's a good journal that you can visit as well. Jadi kita mainnya ke jurnal ya, Bu Dewanti ya. I think I remember Pak Mukarto like years ago he mentioned that. I think it's good for everybody not to read book but journals ya, especially if we are conducting research ya, because journal articles ya, because journal articles or academic journals, they are updating regularly about the issues going on in our field ya. Okay, so my suggestion once again, go to top journals in your field, see the topics there ya, dan biasanya itu very current topics we can say. Lalu yang kedua yaitu ya Bu Dewanti, nanti biarkan reviewernya yang yang menentukan ya Bu Dewanti whether this is something new or not ya. But yeah, hopefully it answers your questions.
Yeah, because they're the judge, so they will decide. Because sometimes when we think it's novel, they don't think so. So maybe it can be, yeah. So and then maybe we have one more question from Miss Rosvina Widiati from Unmul. She's asking whether you can share the sample of your form of questionnaire that you used in your research. Is it possible?
Sample form of questionnaire. Is it
use
like
questionnaires?
In which okay. Bu, when you scroll up,
Miss Rosvina?
if you scroll, probably I'll just share it again. Tadi yang mana ya? I shared to everybody about my untuk attribution theory, Bu Rosvina. Yeah, you can basically you can read that chapter, Bu Rosvina. That's recent publication that I have. I suggest the idea of developing the questionnaire that you can what is it? You can use in your attribution research ya, Bu Rosvina ya. Okay.
very much, Mas Kavin. Maybe we
Yeah,
still
okay.
have 5 minutes, and I have a question actually personally from me for you. So I see that you have written quite some articles for Scopus Journal, for International Journal. Could you please share to us what are the tips for international journal? Because sometimes it's quite we were not very confident actually to write on that. Maybe you can share your tips. Thank you.
Okay. First, I think if it is the first time for you to write that, probably I think it's a good idea if you can collaborate with your colleagues ya. Jadi jangan nulis sendiri ya Bapak ya. Kolaborasi dulu deh, biar you can help each other in shaping your ideas. Number two, Ibu Bapak, when we write for international journals, Scopus Index, we need support from native speaker ya. Maksudnya Bu Nafi and
That's
and
great.
everybody. Meaning begini, I think you need to spend extra some money to help with the language editing ya, Bu Nafi ya. Because I believe they want to read good English. All right, good English and
Yes.
yeah, good English to be published in their journal. Number three, I think this is my observation ya. You need to have a sound method ya, Bu Nafi. Metodenya harus jelas, harus detail ya, Ibu Bapak ya. Jadi nggak bisa begini, distribute the questionnaire and then I'm going to analyze that. Harus detail ya, itu sih yang saya pelajari Bapak, dan juga banyak sekali saya gagal karena metodologinya kurang bagus ya, kurang tidak jelas begitu ya, kurang detail ya. Itu sih Ibu Bapak saran saya. Lalu saran yang terakhir, kalau mau kirim ke jurnal Scopus, Ibu Bapak jangan cuma satu ya mengirimkannya ya. Jadi Ibu Bapak harus menulis 2 artikel sekalian saja, 2 artikel yang berbeda lalu kirim ke 2 jurnal Scopus yang berbeda. Kenapa? Karena biasanya mereka usually it takes 1 year or 1.5 year until eventually they publish our article ya. Jadi misalnya di Teflon Ibu Bapak itu Scopus, tetapi prosesnya cukup panjang ya Ibu Bapak ya, revisinya berkali-kali begitu. Dan kalau saya kirim hanya 1 begitu ke Teflon saja dan tidak mengirim artikel ke jurnal yang lain, mungkin kita a bit frustrated ya, sedikit frustrasi menunggu ya Bapak ya, dan itu saya kira melelahkan ya untuk menunggu. Jadi saran saya, Ibu Bapak kalau mengirim artikel ke jurnal Scopus, pastikan mengirim artikel ke jurnal yang lain juga ya. Mungkin bukan hanya Scopus ya Bu Nafi, tapi yang beberapa di jurnal nasional, biar kalau Scopusnya nggak keterima, paling tidak ada yang keterima di jurnal nasional. Yang tadi untuk BKD gitu ya Bu Nafi ya, paling tidak ada yang dilaporkan setiap semester. Anyway, that's my answer Bu Nafi.
Thank you very much. It's very helpful.
Okay. Ibu Bapak, okay, do you still have questions?
I think we have no more questions, and our session is actually finished because without realizing it, we have spent 1 hour actually for discussion now because it's a very interesting topic. Yeah.
Yeah. Before we end the session, actually, could I ask for your help, Ibu Bapak, for just like 30 seconds? This is for my self-reflection, actually. Can you help me to just complete the very short survey for me for the session? I just really want to know whether this is something useful for you or not. Could you please fill out the questionnaire, Ibu Bapak, just for 30 seconds, just 2 questions, and yeah. So
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so everyone, could you please give the reflection, the actually feedback? Yeah, it's kind of like feedback for Mas Calvin here. I hope, I think all of them are positives because of the high interest in this topic. And once again, congratulations for Mr. Calvin for giving us a very excellent presentation and actually insight for the research. Actually, when we think about it, research is not that actually complicated. If we start from the simple ideas, and of course we have to aim from the lower one until the top one from the beginning. Don't aim higher. Don't aim too high. And of course the most important thing is, Mr. Calvin, we have to start it now instead of just thinking about it, right? Okay.
Yeah, right, Ibu Bapak. Right.
Okay, maybe any last word, Mas Calvin, one quotes or anything from you to everyone?
Yeah, start to write, Ibu Bapak. Think about simple ideas, right, and send your writing in the journal, because yeah, in journal, because I believe that writing is a process, yeah, to be able to write well, to be able to publish your article in international journals. I think it takes process, Ibu Bapak. So enjoy the process, but yeah, enjoy the process, enjoy the rejection from the reviewer, but hopefully, yeah, you can learn something from the reviewers, and think about simple ideas, write and send your articles to the journals. And I wish you all the best in your research and publication journey, Bapak. And feel free to contact me if you want to share, talk, and yeah, hopefully you find this session useful for everybody. Terima kasih Ibu Bapak. Selamat hari Sabtu. Selamat menulis.
Okay. Okay, so thank you very much. Give a very big round of applause for Mas Calvin for giving us a fresh air, actually. So we don't see research as a monster anymore. I think everyone, dear participants, please, once again, we would like to remind you to fill out the attendance list on the chat box. And if you would like to join our ESP WhatsApp group, it's also available in the chat box. Now, since the session is over, I'm going to give it back to Ms. Satya.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Ms. Nafi, and also Mas Calvin. It was a really, really fruitful discussion today. And yes, you're right. If we want to write, the most important is we have to start. If we don't start, then we will never have any publication or any article to be published. Okay, well, we are going to the last agenda, the closing agenda. But before having the closing agenda, we are going to have the photo session. So please, Bapak Ibu, you can turn on your camera so we can acquaintance one another. I can see you, you can see me, can see and each other. So, Miss Yeni, please, your charge. Shall you count, Miss Yeni? The first screen and the second screen?
I will start now. Please give me your biggest smile. 3, 2, 1. Slide 1. Now I'm going to the second one. Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, thank you so much, everybody, dear participants, dear speaker and moderators, and ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Indonesian ESP teacher community, we would like to say thank you very much for your participation today. And we are going to see you in the next sharing session next month, inshallah, yeah. And I am Setia Putri from Universitas Aisyah Yogyakarta signing off. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih Bapak Ibu.
Terima kasih Bapak. Selamat pagi. Dwi, Pak Mokarto, terima kasih. Mas Subandrio.
Terima kasih.
Thank you.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Pak Mokarto.
Terima kasih Pak
Mas Dwi, bro, sami-sami.
Bapak matur nuwun nggih.
Sami-sami, Bu.
Makasih Mbak Nafi, Mbak Setia Putri. Makasih.
Mbak Nafi, Bu Nafi, Bu Yani, Bu Setia, Bu Lulu, terima kasih.
Calvin,
Bu
Calvin,
Yuyut.
maju terus ya. Sukses nih.
Amin.
Ya Pak Mokarto, terima kasih Pak.
Eh,
Tunggu di Jogja atau sorry. Ya Pak Mokarto, terima
Siap.
kasih.
Ya, masih.
Mbak Nafi, Mbak Setia. Saya akhiri ya. Terima kasih.
Ya, terima kasih.
Makasih Mas Calvin
semuanya.
semuanya.